welcome back for our surprise. Our surprise is the story of the Columbia River basalt, and ultimately how the Columbia River basalt happened. So the story is 17 million years ago, the Yellowstone hotback, which happened to be in northeastern Idaho, in northeastern Nevada at the time, began forming cracks in thin cracks to make basaltic lava flows. Lava flows that flowed across the Pacific Northwest. As the Yellowstone hotspot migrated northeastward into western Idaho, it started producing the main bulk of what we know as the Columbia River basalts. These flows, 180 of them to be exact, were made of basalt. All of them are made of basalt that were 50 feet thick and flowed across the Pacific Northwest, some reaching the coast. They were so voluminous, they buried mountain tops. They buried mountains 9,000 feet high. Crazy, right? Well, after 15 million years ago, the cracks began forming in southeastern Washington because the Yellowstone hotspot was right here, and it began producing less lava flows because the Yellowstone hotspot was further away. This is known as the waning phase of the Columbia River basalt eruption, making the Saddle Mountain flows, the Priest Rapid flows, the Ginkgo lava flow. Those are the waning phase. About 6 million years ago, the lavas stopped erupting because the Yellowstone hotspot was too far away. Now onto the how of the story. Starting 17 million years ago, the Yellowstone hotspot was in northeastern Nevada. That's where, the first Columbia River basalts began erupting. But why in northeastern Nevada? And not western Nevada? Well, northeastern Nevada has a thinner crust. So therefore it allowed the hotspot, which is here, depicted here, to form deep cracks called fissures that allowed basaltic magma to rise without melting the cracks. And because it was so fluid, the basalt, it flowed across the Pacific Northwest as the cracks began forming in other locations. Now the scene of a Columbia River basalt eruption for example, in western Idaho, typically had a fissure, which is the vent of the lava flow, and then as the fissure was shooting lava, the lava was floating because it's gas charged, and that produces a static cone, as seen here. Those are seen in Washington. And then as the eruption proceeded on, the lava coming out of the fissure started to form a lava flow because the magma lost its gas. And then, as that lava flow being made, the fissure started producing a fountain of fire. Think Hawaii. Think Iceland. Those are examples where we have miniature versions of Columbia basalt eruptions occurring. Now, I want to add on other events that were happening in the Pacific Northwest 17 million years ago. Because of the Columbia River basalt eruption, the Cascade volcanoes, which today, never mind, the Cascade volcanoes then, which are known as the Western Cascade, went dead. No eruption. All volcanic activity switched to the Columbia River basalt. Those Mount Rainier stratovolcanoes eroded away and would not become active again until 8 million years ago, where you started forming the modern High Cascade here. Now, I'm not saying that Mount Baker is 8 million years old. Well, I'm not saying that Mount Rainier is 8 million years old. Individual, cones like Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, or Mount Baker, or Mount Adams, or Glacier Peak, have a 2 million year lifespan of eruptions and, making volcanic mud flows, of being an active volcano. Before they die, they lose their magma and began eroding away. Now, there is a hypothesis as to why volcanoes go extinct. This is me going way off track, but I just want to say, what I know is that the hypothesis being is that the magma chamber does hardening from the outside in, essentially choking the volcano. Like, pretend, this is gonna be weird, but pretend my lungs are the magma chamber, and pretend, everything above my head is a cone volcano, and pretend air is lava. The air inside my lungs will start to freeze, and the volcano, which is here, will suddenly stop erupting. Now, another event, 17 million years ago, at the same time as the Columbia River basalt, which is called the Basin and Range. Another event called the Basin and Range crustal extension began. This is because of the Pacific Plate taking the southwestern edge of North America and pulling it northeasterly, and the North American plate grabbing that same piece of crust and trying to take it southeast, westerly. So you have a southwesterly vector and a northwesterly, easterly vector, and you can see how, this area of crust will begin to spread, or intentionally spread and rotate clockwise. And also another event that began roughly 17 million years ago is closely tied, very, related to basin and range crystallization is the clockwise rotation of the Pacific Northwest, which is where you have, basin and range cracks being pushed this way as a result of the Pacific Plate and North American Plate interacting. And you're producing a basin here, which eventually is going to be an ocean, by the way. Alright, I think that's what I have for you guys today. That's it.